So my name is Leron McAdoo, and I've been teaching a long time, right? And so I've taught K through 12, I taught 9 years at the alternative school. So I have come across 150 families every year because students come to my room and they assign us as teachers 150 children every year. You meet a lot of families, a lot of parents, a lot of guardians, a lot of grandparents. You say, oh yeah! That's right. I come from a hip hop generation, so I'm not saying that I might break dance, but I might break dance. I'm not saying that it's going to be call and response, but you've already experienced some call and response. I have a motivational group because being with young people, especially when I was at the alternative school, I recognized that I needed to motivate, inspire, encourage, empower these young people that came before me. I understood that there needed to be some type of incentive. So I got 3 things that I'm going to talk about today, and then I'll be out your hair and say, cool? All right. So everybody, what number is this? 3. All right, now it's like a number 4 on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's try at least a 7. What number is this? 3. That was about a 7, but I know y'all can go to 10, so I ain't gonna play with it. All right, give me a 10. What number is this? 3. All right, for sure. That may even been 11 or 12. All right. The first thing I want to talk about is there's a difference between being an adult and being grown. Adult is a legal distinction. We have a judge right here. On the laws, you can be an adult because it's chronological at 18. Until that time, it's your job. It's your job. Not mama, not anybody else. It's your job to practice being grown while you at home. Practice being responsible. Practice being accountable. Practice doing what you're supposed to do. Practice doing your work. At some point, and I've talked to a lot of graduates, I've talked to Eulah's graduation class, both the master's and the doctor's class and the undergrad, and it's up to them now. Well, I'm going to tell you, even at your age, it's on you now. You can't blame grandmama, daddy, mama, the lack of. It's on you. You got to take responsibility, because when you take responsibility, you become grown, and then you also become the solution. I tell my students all the time, if you make me the fault, you can't change me. I'm the teacher. If you make time the fault, you can't change time. You just don't know how to use it. You can't bring the curriculum. You can't make the curriculum the fault. The curriculum is the curriculum. You got to be the fault, because that's the only way you're going to be the solution. There's a difference between being grown and an adult. And I had to take responsibility for myself. In 3rd grade, y'all, I was an illiterate student. They recommended me to flunk. Again, we got people here in the legal profession that understand they take 3rd grade test results and decide what prisons need to be built. So there's a prison cell built for me, but I ain't in it. Now that's the good part. The bad news is they found somebody else to put in it. When they couldn't put me in it, when my parents said, oh, he has a deficit in 3rd grade, you're going to tell me what it is? We're going to work on it. I had to work on it myself. I had to take responsibility for my own life, and they had to move. And then years later, I'm an author 8 times over. So in this book, I call this everything that school didn't teach you, the Grow Life curriculum. G stands for goal setting. We really don't talk about that. R is relationship. O is organized. W is wellness. L is local politics. I is identity. F is finance. And E is ethics. What's your moral compass? And I have lessons in here based on that. After 31 years of teaching, I said, the school doesn't give this, so let me put it where it's accessible. What does this prove? This proves it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter the destination. The destination ain't the thing, the distance is. You may say to yourself, I'm in Mayflower. It don't matter. If you want to be president of the United States, if you want to be an astronaut, I don't even care if students say I want to play basketball, but you're going to have to prove it to me. I'm saying, man, you don't even know all the players on your favorite team. You say you want to be a basketball player, I never see you with a ball. You don't even bring a ball to school. You don't even dribble down. You ought to be getting in trouble for having a ball all the time if you want to play basketball. You lying to me. Stop lying to me. You don't want to play basketball. You just saying that because that sounds good. Woo. It doesn't matter what you want to be, though. I'm going to encourage you. You need to practice every day like Kobe did if you want to be a basketball player. So it doesn't matter the destination you want to be. We got to look at the distance. It doesn't matter that you're from Mayflower. You can make it. All right, what number is this? 2. There's a thing in your brain called your imagination. And guess what? Fear is part of that, and faith is part of that. Faith and fear frame your future. If you imagine bad things happening, then you're imagining fear. And that will frame your future. But if you imagine good things happening, you're imagining faith. And that faith will frame your future. You got to decide whether you want to look on the bright side, want to look toward the future and see your possibility, or look and see all the things that are obstacles, all the things that's going to hold you back. You got to decide what type of imagination you're going to have. You have to decide what future you're going to frame. I am the first ever poet laureate of Little Rock, Arkansas. I projected it. I put it out there. I said, I am going to be a poet. I didn't know what was going to happen from it. I didn't know I was going to be a nationally known poet. I didn't know I was going to be a slam champion, an award-winning poet. I didn't know I was going to be known throughout. I didn't know I was going to be doing poetry across the world, going to schools in Africa doing poetry. I didn't know I was going to be doing that. I didn't know the mayor was going to come to me and say, you're going to be the first poet laureate ever that we had. But I did know that I had a faith. I projected, I imagined, I thought of, I dreamed, I envisioned a future that was going to be good and faithful. I say, not only do you have to know that you need to start practicing being grown, the second point is you have to have your faith linked to an anchor and move forward to imagine your best self. Now I'm doing this countdown. I want to hear it at least on 12. That's one thing I say to my students all the time. You've proven to me, you've given me evidence that you know how to do it. So you can't go back now. When they read in my classroom, oh, you can read? Oh, you showed me you can read. Oh, you can do the math problem? Oh, you giving me evidence. You can't go back now. You playing with me now. It's time for you to do and exhibit what you done shown. I want to know 12. What number is it? Yeah, I see. I'm going to give you a high five. Because I didn't think you was going to have sound come out your face, but it did. It came out and almost knocked me down. Good job, sir. All right. So the last thing is you got to make what no one can take. Mr. Matt, what does that mean? And I'm always doing motivation in the room, and I'm always confusing people, even my wife at home. She said, you always talking in parables. I don't know, my daddy, I'm preaching. Right. So anyway, you gotta make what people can't take. I know we wanna make money. I know we wanna make friends. I know we wanna make a career. I know we wanna make good business decisions. I know we wanna make all those things. The older people know somebody who made all that stuff named Robin Williams. He made good career choices. He made money, he made fortune, he made fame, but he didn't make the thing that couldn't be taken from him, so he took himself out. Some of you may know of this actress named Regina King, and her son committed suicide. Had fame, had fortune, grew up entitled, grew up with all the things that you would want as a young person, but didn't make what nobody couldn't take. So what is that thing that no one can take? Peace with yourself. If I didn't have peace, ladies and gentlemen, young people, future grown people, if I didn't have faith when my son passed away at the beginning of this year, I wouldn't be able to stand up here. If I didn't find peace, if I wasn't able to hold on to something that's bigger than myself, if I wasn't able to say there's something that passes all understanding that I need to have close to me, I wouldn't be able to make it. I had to make something something that somebody couldn't take. Dave Chappelle understood that. Dave Chappelle said, it's $50 million on the table. I'm going to leave it so I can go to Africa for 2 weeks and make peace with myself. It ain't about making the money. It ain't about making a big house. It ain't about making a career. You got to make peace, because without peace, none of that other stuff even matters. My name is Leron McAdoo. Keep moving. Thank God to your back in your lives. Hope time you right and try your best to survive. Say, get Mctivated. Oh, get Mctivated. Get Mctivated. All right.
Man, that's all right. Let's do it again. Let's do